What's up, everybody? Okay, so I feel like the theme of this YouTube channel, the 5 Pursuits, is too restrictive for me. I don't like putting myself in that box of just talking about those things. And I just want to talk about whatever I want to talk about. So I think that's what I'm going to turn this YouTube channel into. It's just me just sharing my thoughts on literally whatever I'm thinking about that day. No specific topic, just whatever I want it to be. So today, what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about solitude and how solitude is something that you can have too much of, but it's also something that you can have too little of. And in my life, I have struggled with both of those sides of the spectrum, having too much alone time and not having enough. And both of them drive you crazy. A very important part of life is that you have to interact with people, but it's not just about interaction, it's about connection. And it's not just about like how often do you interact and connect with people, but it's the intensity of that connection. Because if you're around people and you talk to people like all day and you say, hey, what's up, how's it going, and you do the whole small talk thing, there's nothing wrong with small talk. There's really not. I mean, it's better than nothing. But what we really need is like deep, like soul connection. I know that sounds kind of dumb, soul connection, but like it's important. Having people that you just like connect with. Like it's deep. It's real. They value you because you're actually valuable. That's important. Just as important as connecting with people is connecting with yourself. And that's something that is really difficult to do when you're busy, when you're constantly interacting with people, when you're constantly connecting with other people. You have to spend some time alone, right? You have to get into nature. That's what I'm doing today. And I mean, you just have to vibe with yourself, get to know yourself. How do you really feel about things? What do you really think about things? What's truly important to you? What are you gonna go get in life? What are you gonna do? You have to figure those things out. And you can't do that unless you spend time alone. Whatever kind of nature you have where you live, you gotta go get in that. And take your time too. Don't just like rush through it. Don't be like, oh, this is an obligation, like I gotta spend time in nature. Like, bask in nature. Just sit there and look at it, bro. Just look at it. And I'm also not just talking about like 10 minutes, 30 minutes. Like, you're gonna get something. Something is gonna come into your soul whenever you stay alone in nature for a long period of time. And that period of time, you'll know what the right amount of time is, because that thing will come into your soul. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's just a knowledge that you got it. And you will have that. Just trust that. Go out and get that, whatever that is. Okay, here's another thing about solitude in nature. Don't listen to music for at least the entire time. Like, spend some time in just the sound of whatever kind of nature you're in. I brought my headphones out here today. I was listening to On the Nature of Daylight. I think it's by Max Richter. It's a good song, but like, I also think it's important to just listen to what the world actually sounds like, to get down to earth. You know what I mean? It's not just be in your head, but actually like have your feet on the ground, metaphorically and physically. Something weird happens in my brain whenever I'm giving too much of my time to other people, whenever I'm giving too much of my mind to other people. I actually start to like my brain is less organized. And I feel like I'm just on autopilot, just moving through life, instead of actually like living in the moment. Yeah, you start to lose that presence. I feel like that's something that, you know, just being out here in nature, it brings back. And I think you can do the same thing for everybody. But I think so many people, I mean, we see this today, right? So many people just go with the flow of like the rest of society, right? Like whatever everybody else is thinking, that's what we're gonna think. That's what we're gonna say. That's what we're gonna do. You have to get outside of that. And you can't get outside of that unless it's just you. Like, you can't get away from the influence of other people unless you're actually just alone. So keep that in mind. This process of connecting with yourself can really suck sometimes. It probably will some of the time, because there are things about you that you don't like. And you're gonna have to come face to face with those things. But that's good. That discomfort, you have to experience that. You have to move into that. That's crucial. Yep, you're gonna learn things about yourself. But even better than learning things about yourself is you're going to empower yourself to change, to become somebody that might not have that flaw that you don't like. But that flaw is not going to go away unless you bring it into the daylight, the spotlight of your consciousness. That can't happen while you're constantly distracting yourself. So you have to remove all the distractions. Kind of a hypocrite though, because I'm spending my time in nature talking to a camera so I can post this on YouTube. Yeah, that's right. So, peace.